The deep sea is incredibly important for our planet. It's incredibly important for the functioning of our ecosystems. The air we breathe, well, if we're talking about CO2 and climate change, so much CO2 gets trapped into the deep sea. So if we want to understand the role the deep sea is playing, we need to understand that ecosystem. So the amount of CO2 trapped in the deep sea is affecting rainforests all around the world. It's affecting us. It's affecting tropical storms. A huge amount of our food is increasingly coming from the deep sea, or at least deep sea supported ecosystems. But we often see it as kind of this alien, otherworldly, distant habitat that feels completely unconnected from our world. And a great way that someone pointed this out to me not too long ago, which was, I think, a wonderful way to think about it. As I said, the bottom of the ocean, the bottom of the deepest point in the deep sea is 11,000 meters, 11 kilometers, or like that, will that be 7-8 miles? If you talk about the deep sea, you generally think that's somewhere so distant from you. But if you're talking about 7-8 miles down the road, that might be just your friend's house. That's the other side of town. That's, I mean, I'm trying to think of whatever. That's the size of, like Indianapolis, right? From one side to the other, or like the major metropolitan area. And to us, that still seems like the same little place that's within a state. But for some reason, the deep sea, we've decided, is completely disconnected. And one way that I try to kind of bring a little bit of the deep sea into people's lives is through that wonder. I think these wonderful, crazy little stories is a great way for us to start to value these habitats.
That is such a great way to think about it. This is a shift of perception that I won't forget, Nathan. that is really the way we tune in a little bit better to the wonder part of the deep sea, even if we don't feel connected to it in any possible way. It's not that far.
It really isn't.
No, it's not that far away.
If I told you this, I think it's a wonderful thought as well. Like, if I told you that there's an elephant 1 kilometer in that direction, 1,000 yards, you would be like, whoa, that's crazy. What if I told you if there was thousands of them, millions of them? You'd be, this is amazing. That's the coolest thing. I'm going to go see it. But when you say, hey, you're out on a boat and you go 1,000 yards straight down, you could have hundreds, thousands, pilot whales, sperm whales, giant squid, colossal squid, all these crazy things.
Right.
That you start to realize we're a lot more connected to the deep sea than I think we realize.
That is just a lovely way to think about it.